crazy story. It was like one day, I was 7, and my parents were like, let's go to France. I think my mom always wanted to go there, and my dad's work allowed it to happen. I moved there in 2nd grade, and then I stayed there for 7 years. So I left or 6 years, sorry. I left in 7th grade, the end of 7th grade. So I moved back to the States, beginning of 8th grade. Like, I grew very independent because, like, I just knew how to do all this stuff. And it was also very liberating because, like, after schools, like, without parents picking us up, we could all just hang out, and, like, we had our phones, so we could just, like, tell people when we were coming home, and then we would just, like, do stuff after school, and I wouldn't be home till like 7 or like even later sometimes. But then back here in America, especially in Connecticut, if you don't know how to drive, you can't do shit. I went to a bilingual school for my elementary school, Lennon. It was awesome. It was like a very small private school, and basically they did half the day in French, half the day in English. So you got really fluent at learning French very fast. For my middle school, I went to ISP, the International School of Paris. Loved that school, a lot of great people. And because it's an international school, you got to meet people from all over the place, like from every corner of the world. In France, the school system is incredible. Every 6 weeks of school, you get 2 weeks of vacation. So every 6 weeks, I was traveling back to the States to see my dad. So, like, I pretty much knew what it was like. The only thing that was different when I came back was the school system, because in France they do this thing called the IB, the International Baccalaureate, and it's a completely different thing than what we have here in the States. And for me personally, I just meshed way better with the American school system, because, like, they had you writing papers in PE in France, and, like, you had to write papers to prove a math problem, and I just, like, hated all that shit. I love France. Like, living there, I don't know if I would want to live in Paris again in the future. Like, I would, but, like, it was more fun when I had all my friends there. I don't know, like, how I would do without having the people who I grew up with. American food is just so bad. Like, okay, don't get me wrong, there's great restaurants, there's great everything. But just, like, you can tell, like, the quality of the ingredients and the quality of the food you're eating is just way better in France. And, like, I don't even like French food, really. I'm not going to lie. Like, French food is pretty mid. Like, I like steak frites. Love that. That is, like, some classic. Like, I love that. But, like, I'm really big into Asian food. And, like, there used to be this Japanese restaurant right next to me called Sapporo. I would literally go there, like, 3 times a week for every week. And so, like, they always knew me there. They like, always said, Giorgio! Like, whatever. I would just, like, walk in the restaurant, and they all knew me. They all knew my mom. Because, like, we were going there, like, all 6 years that I lived in France. So, like, we built up that rep. I guess I'm just, like, glad that I got to experience living in a different culture. The world is big. The world is great out there. And I think everyone should go explore it.